we're starting in cooking gas. This is Handover 101. We want here, outside kitchen has a little suitcase type key. That's gonna go into there. These little latches open and then turn. Open and then turn. When we do close them, they wanna close, and you'll see it pull in. It pulls in and it wants to be flush. Just remember that if that bump is sticking out, it's not actually closed. So there you go, with a hand, a bit of pressure, and it closes up. Open, turn, and pull my handle all the way up and open. Again, we've got switches in here. You might find that the light switch is down here for some of them, or it might actually be a light under here. Yellow light off, white light, three-way switch, works really good there. We've got our little hardware in here, so some gear in there. Let's bust out the cooker. What we've got is I play the piano all the way down, yellow tabs, all the way, click and lock in. If I find that it doesn't want to go all the way in, I do have to just maybe press it again, because it's locked halfway, press them again. But my pro tip there, we see it happening at the camping shows. People press down on those tabs, they're holding them down, and the cooker comes all the way out. So just remember, one press, lock it in. So here we've got a Bromic 2-burner cooker. My favorite place here, let's look at that. My favorite place to hide my gas lines is down in here. I've got room for cutting boards, grill plates, heavy items, things on the side, and then I've got my Bromic cooker. Now, what we do here, we love it that we've got a quick connect, and these guys here with a quick connect are gonna go onto my bayonet. I'm gonna push that guy across from behind, and it will go under my stairs. The reason we're connecting this up is so that we don't have a gas certificate. We don't have a built-in regulator. We're allowed to have a high-pressure cooker inside here because we're using this as a regulator, not one mounted to the van. These new gas bottles all are gonna have this little plastic guy on here. It's like a bike valve. So what that means is that the gas will not come out of the bottle by itself, and you actually have to connect this, pushes in that valve. We've sent someone out to the beach. They said, Shane, I opened the bottle, no gas coming out, must be empty. But it's not true. The new style with the outside thread and the black one, that's how the safety of gas cooking is here. After we connect this to the gas bottle, what we do is we actually have to press these tabs in. So we're gonna push in a tab. It's gonna be similar on a Sizzler, a Sovereign, Weber, a lot of them, you're gonna have to press the tab in and then turn it to flame, light it with a barbecue lighter. Now the reason we don't have a piezo on this, it's a marine barbecue, it can be out in the water, everything there, so very good one. But it does have a little sensor at the back, and that's just allowing the gas to go out. So this little sensor guy here, the little knob, allows the gas to keep flowing. If that blows out in the wind, the gas turns off. We have to hold it in, we have to turn it, and we have to hold it in. Imagine 3, 4, 5 seconds of holding it in so that gas gets through my 2.7 meter or my 3 meter line. We've let the gas in, we've lit it there, it's going, it stays hot. What do? My barbecue doesn't want to stay on. Every time I let this go, just flames out. Now I might have to leave it on for a little bit longer so that the sensor gets hot. Step 2, the sensor or the cable is dirty. So giving it a bit of a bend into a flame or just giving it a bit of a cleanup. Here's Shane's tip. I just go like this. Just by opening up that valve. I haven't used it in 3 months. Go in your knob, the cooker doesn't start, give your knob a few clicks, that frees up that sensor there, gets the flame going, I'm good to go. Third one, it's an old stove. We'll take it, undo the sensor, bit of sandpaper, clean it up, put it back in. That's it. We do love, there's a few variety of windbreaks out there, but it can be exposed to the wind here with this type of guy here. But great cooker, bacon, eggs, toast. We've got our little grill tray under there. New gas line, gas bottles, cruise across. And just remember, these gas bottles now on the Kimberley side do have a padlock section. So check it out with the little Kimberley. All of a sudden, I feel like I've got a little drink holder. It's connected to the stove. I don't have to get it out, but I can then connect it there. And just so you know, this gas bottle of my van has the outside thread. It'll still work if I have an old cooker. It goes inside thread. The new one, set up for the outside. 2 bottles, little setup there. And that's a little bit of our cooking and gas on the outside of the Kimberley Karavan. My outside kitchen here does have what we call a merit plug or a 12-volt power point and a USB. On this one, I've got my big inverter, and there is power points, black on black. They're right at the back. These guys are just that my 240 has to be away from my water, so a power bar or something back there helps. And I can access all of this area from under the seat. So from inside, I can get to these dishes or pots and pans, both inside and out, without coming out here. So now we're gonna open up. We've got 2 guys here, same sort of thing. Put my fingers here, 2 thumbs, all the way out till it locks in. My little tab here opens up, and that's gonna drop in. I've got my sink here. People say, what do you do underneath? And a normal hose connection that screws onto the garden hose on the side of the house, one of those will screw onto the bottom of here, and I can run it away or into a bucket that I sometimes hide behind my wheel. All of a sudden, if I've got dogs or little ones, the bucket's back there, no one comes and grabs it. So that'll screw on there, sink plug, hose away. We've got some cutlery that we like to keep in here. I don't mind putting a bit of Velcro or twine on that because I've got soft Canadian finger hands that I have here. So what I do is I've got a little bit of Velcro I might put on there, makes it a bit more comfortable. Some cutlery here and some cutlery inside. Now on this handover video, I'm always joking, what do I put in here? I've got some knives, my sharp stuff in there. Back here, I've got some alley foil, my big wooden spoon and spatulas. And up here, I've got stubby coolers, barbecue sauce. All my good stuff can go up here, and some dishes there. Stuff underneath, hot and cold water. Pro tip from Shane, I like a little bit of clear hose. Get a bit of clear hose, and I can actually wash that sink out by sticking a little bit on there, putting that away. You'll see people will throw a sponge in there as well. It'll keep, if that's dripping, it'll keep looking after your sink, everything there. Put this guy back up, fold it flat, because I do find sometimes I've left it that way and it's just grazed my tap, and just by grazing this, pro tip, what do? I hear water running, where's the water? And it's accidentally opened up the outside. So if you hear your water pumps running, make sure that this is not running out here into my sink and into my outside kitchen. So great tip there, putting that away. Lock it in, but that's a good one. I like to only turn on my water pumps when I've arrived. If everything's rattled around on a trip, making sure everything's open before I kick on the water pumps and see that this is on or off from here.